Hey, hello there people, Western here, here's Might and Magic 2. The price of loyalty videos will be posted sometime later this year. Also, please vote in the poll below. With that out of the way, let's go through everything in order. 2022 was a fine year. I've tried to release 2 videos each week on Wednesdays and Sundays, and I've largely been able to make that schedule work. Let's see what I've been up to. I've wrapped up my playthrough of Choc. It was an adorable experience. There was Mars tactical based defense that I've wrapped up. It was bad, but not terrible. I've beaten American McGee's Alice on Nightmare. It's among the best games I've played in my entire life. I've started up the StarCraft playthrough and posted 2 batches of the 3 vanilla campaigns. I have beaten all of the missions of Vanilla Heroes of Might and Magic 2. I've posted a couple of demo compilations, one for Next Fest and 3 separate ones for the GOG Spring Festival. I have beaten Outlast. It was insufficiently refined for me, or perhaps simply too scary. I've beaten GOG's demo of Ozymandias and Scholar with every faction, including the Canaanites. I have beaten the evil within Vanilla and I'm about to wrap up the DLCs, spine-chilling. I have beaten Alone in the Dark and I appreciate its role in gaming history. I've obviously posted my unique Polish experience video for 2022, pretty proud of that one. I have beaten Ronin, being as stealthy of a masterless samurai as I could. I've been trying to stream once a week on Twitch, and aside from Christmas, I've been able to keep that up for the remaining 51 weeks. First, I've wrapped up Heroes of Might and Magic 2. Moving swiftly on to the first campaign of the expansion. I've then decided to continue the trend and came back to wrap up the second campaign of Blood, only to breathe a sigh of relief, switch engines and proceed to beat the third one. I plan on staying at this trajectory, and would obviously like to invite all of you to drop by sometime, if only to say hello. I would be remiss not to take this opportunity to thank those of you who have already done so. Thank you Ricardo, thank you Busy, aka Late Night Hype, and most of all thank you Flame for being there time and time again to offer a kind word, a witticism and sage advice alike almost every single day I've streamed. As for the 4 campaigns of Heroes of Might and Magic 2's expansion pack, The Price of Loyalty, the first one has been beaten and will be published sometime this year. And the remaining 3 ones I'll try to play using an open source engine remake, F-Heroes 2. But I want to make sure the project is mature enough not to ruin the playthrough somehow. Either way, I plan on beating what remains in 2023, and beyond that point leaving Heroes of Might and Magic 2 behind me forever, never to return to that game again. As for my next move, Heroes of Might and Magic 3 might sound like a natural pick, but I'm actually leaning towards learning and extensively playing Master of Magic instead. I know that the game contains such a vast array of spells, creatures and mechanics that my initial attempts would by necessity be clumsy and focused on learning the ropes. Perhaps you people would like to see me learn, or perhaps you'd rather I wait until I feel more comfortable with the title before posting anything. My doubts are numerous, and what I've settled on to gauge public sentiment is an annual poll. You will find a link to such a poll in the description of this very video. I would very much so appreciate if you could take the time to fill it out. It may seem like I haven't really taken the results of the previous one into account, but I will take steps soon enough, and here's how. I have been asked to continue with horror games, and the Resident Evil series in particular has been mentioned by name 3 times. Resident Evil 2 is something I very much plan on enjoying to the fullest reasonably soon. I got my RTX 3080 just to be able to guarantee a smooth frame rate at a high resolution with all the settings cranked up to max. Rest assured, I will get on with this game. Master of Magic has been suggested by name, and as I've just stated, I look forward to learning it. There was a suggestion to play something like Firewatch, where one's decisions matter, or seem to anyway. And I am pleased to say that my Wolf Among Us playthrough has already been recorded and just needs the tender loving care to be fashioned into a series of videos. One wildcard suggestion I've received was for a game called Loop Hero. I really didn't want to make promises I couldn't keep. I didn't want to promise to play it only to either abandon the playthrough partway through or to force myself to continue and hate every moment of it. As such, I gave it a go. It ended up completely derailing every single plan I've had for last week, so I hope you're happy. On the bright side, yes, I'm pretty confident I will be posting a playthrough. Tomb Raider has been suggested, an absolute classic. I will gladly take the plunge and finally meet Ms. Lara Croft. Then there was an oddity. Amongst various and sundry, I don't know what could have possessed anyone to suggest the Dagger of Amun-Ra in particular, a relatively obscure adventure game, a sequel at that. However, for reasons I'm quite confident not a single one of you is aware of, and couldn't have been aware of, that would be a really fitting game for me to finally play. I'll explain the details once I get around to doing so. 2023 will be a year of unfinished business. Once again, I hope you'll find something I post to your taste. I pay attention to all the feedback I get. Please vote in the poll. Have a wonderful 2023, and you will see me elsewhere.